Hi YouTube, I hope you're doing good. I'm having a pretty good day. I had a nice afternoon with Richie from Magic Treehouse, aka 007. Peace, little brother. Nice seeing you. Um, you're sounding better than ever, my friend. So I'm gonna share a news outlet they do, or all kinds. It's called Full Spectrum. Doug showed me the channel, and they do great coverage on things that are going on. And from what I can tell, anyway, I'm going to share that channel. Maybe you'll like it too. I'm new there, but from what I can tell, supposedly, fear, 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 the Americans got attacked in Ukraine, the soldiers there. So everybody's just like going every direction, with their feelings. It's like, whatever, you know. Do you know how many times this world, all over the planet, people have been through this shit because of these people that want budgets all the time, but overspend the budget so they can line their pockets, and then the money goes missing and we are indebted to China? How does that work? Wonder how that works. Singapore is a really big deal in a lot of things that people don't realize, a lot of things. It's like the capital of the dark cabal. Not like it is. But the front runners are the crypto Jews that would be like Rothschild bloodline and those types. There's three, four generations of them in the United States, all kinds of them around me, and that I'm aware of. Family members, people that I know that have decisions to make, um, whether they want to have any thought in their future. There's life after, and they're pretending there isn't. And that's going to cause people, innocent people, to have troubles. That's who I'm talking to. I'm talking to you innocent ones that have troubles because of their selfish ways, you know. So, yeah. I mean, and people like I was talking about yesterday, or I think it was yesterday, as far as what we're conditioned in our families, and they may have thought they even had more time, or they may have been trying to do something special and didn't quite succeed. There's all kinds of stories and reasons for people to get thrown off kilter, and I wait to see if they're going to step up to the plate when I know instinctively what happened to everybody. So I just kind of sit back and wait and hope, because that's the free will part. Satan's always going to be a naggy bitch in your ear. Always. That's that loud shit. You know, God leaves you to figure it for yourself with his guidance in your heart. You feel it in your skin, in your cells. Um, it's a lot quieter, you know. That's why they say it's a personal thing. Well, of course, it's my body, my soul, but when you're carrying the heart of Christ inside you, you're a good person. Even if you're a fighter, you know, you can keep that happy medium. That's being, for these times, that's being a dragon of Christ right there. That's who you are. Step up to the plate with grace, you know? Ta-da. So, yeah. So that's about what's on my mind today, is sharing that link with everybody, because they do really, really good coverage. And of course, the Dark Cabal, it's like, let the Dark Cabal games begin, like they haven't forever. And they always do. But with all the communication in the world now, they've they're able to step up their game electronically a lot more. Just imagine if they get their internet of bodies like they want, and pod people living in cities just looking the same, no gender, no individual religion, no uh ethnic group, no cultures, nothing. Just everybody all the same, like a bunch of little drones taking care of machines, you know, and feeding your masters. And you'll eat bugs and you'll own nothing and you will like it. Well, um, to my government, don't patronize me. I don't do anything for you. And I'm going to make sure the people know that any budget that you're asking for money, you've got money in your bank accounts paid by the people when the people have to budget their lives. We have students in the United States of America living in their cars on campus in different places. It's documented. Check it out. In more than one place. We have students sleeping. They're street people, but they're trying to get an education. That's up. So, budget this. And now they say they're getting attacked and they're going to need more money for war. You know that. Gladiator times 2022. Same old shit. Yeah. If people are getting wise and they're like, God dang, when Building 7 went down, that was so funky, and all our funds, $3.5 trillion, went missing. And there's nothing in the Federal Reserves. There is no effing Federal Reserve. And now they, like, the IRS hires 50,000 people to check us out after I've been working since I was 9, right up until like 10 years ago, and owning my own business and shop till this day. And people like us, you think what? We're going to kiss your ass and just sit back and let you walk all over this next generation? Fuck you. This ends now. I'm going to find a way to stop you. That's all I care about is keeping the next generation safe from you ill-bred, ill repute. That's enough. That's good. You got me. I may be imprisoned in your funky system, but you aren't person enough to even walk beside me or think on that same level. And there is where your flesh will fail you, no matter who you are. There's something that tells me something's in the sky, something's brewing, lightness above the darkness. And that's, people think, well, in Genesis, when the light was separated from the dark, that right there was the separation of that. That is not coming back together. They're trying to make it seem so. Like, I'm sure you all or most of you have heard about in Tyler, Texas, they had a nativity scene for Christianity, but the freakazoids of Satan had to get up there and put a baby Baphomet and have a unbaptizing with upside down crosses on them and denounce their personhood to Satan. It's like, don't you think that's going a bit too far? I mean, I know you don't like and appreciate your flesh, so you should just stop eating and breathing today. and save the energy for the people that appreciate that. That's my advice. So, like the governments around the world and the World Economic Forum people and all their shows, like they aren't satanic. And Elon Musk dressing up as the what was it like uh Baphomet protector or some damn thing and standing there like they need to be slapped like a bitch, motherfucker, backhanded off your little feetsies or flying drop kick into your ugly goddamn conniving face, whoever I'm talking to, whatever. The dark cabal, all of y'all. So yeah, I guess you can kind of tell what mood I'm in. Yeah, that just gets me. Do you know how many fake wars I've seen since I've been breathing and read about, and it's the same thing all the time? And then you know these people are related, and what you're just supposed to sit here and play. We play patty cake, you know? No, I don't think so. You know, I've been sick of them before I knew them. And each one that I know better makes me all the more sicker. I'm not stopping my attitude on this shit. I'm not backing down. When people die and people have strife that is undeserving, all the innocent people that are harmed right now, right this second, because of all this bullshit. Even some little grandma or grandpa or little kid having to worry about these upsets on the planet right now. That's fucking retarded. That alone, just the thought of people thinking that something could be, that just makes me want to do something to somebody that I can. That's why I found out who people were and confronted them up close and personal. And God put me in a situation when I was a kid. I had no choice. But I'm glad that happened like that. I mean, some days it's a little more painful than others, but it's like yesterday. I really worked out and I decided not to today because of my broken shoulder and arm. It's doing good and all that. But I really worked it out yesterday and uh, look at my definition. I'm going to show you all of me when I get like feel like a good day. I am a shy person. That's something what was funny about watching Richie over there in Tenerife. I know most musicians and a lot of people are shy like that. It's like uh one bass player I knew was so funny. He had to have drinks and then he wouldn't talk to anybody. He's super, super shy. And we're like playing, and all of a sudden, and he jumps over there was this banister and starts dancing with the girls. But he had to have a bunch of drinks to even get like that. But it was funny because if you knew him, you just know how funny that was because he was about the most shy person you could have ever met. So that made it fun. So yeah, it was funny shit. Good times. So it's been windy here today, real bad, but it's nice. I like it. I like the wind. It's just kind of storms probably coming in something. I don't know. Tomorrow we're supposed to have 30 degrees warmer than normal and break our record like 74 or 5 degrees. 75 in the city, I think, and we're north 80 miles. So northeast of Minneapolis, St. Paul. So if you look where Lake Superior begins and go down the interstate, I'm just go through the mountains and I'm right kind of down in some valley and hills and lakes and streams and northeast Minnesota. Almost by the arrowhead up there. Almost. I want to be up there though. I love it up there so much. Anyway. So yeah, I get a little fired up when I hear their bullshit in their games because I mean, I used to sit there before the internet and I'm a kid and I'm reading the newspaper. I delivered papers. I'd see all the headlines with all the non baloney on there and when it was Watergate and all everything. It's like enough, you people. Then you hear the people over, and if it's like Africa or England or whoever, and they're all going through all these baloney situations. And look what they did. And I mean, hell, look what the hell they did to Australia this past few years. I mean, China. And we don't even know for sure that they're all not acting. And I hardly doubt, and I do doubt this, that there is as many people there as what they say. Because I just happen to know the bloodlines. Just consider there isn't as many people in the world as what they say. And they totally want to control us. So, I mean, there's a lot of people, don't get me wrong, but most of them are in the cities or in the vicinities, right outside. Mostly around the world, it's like that. So, yeah, it's something to think about, you know, because even like it's like 300 million more probably this year, um, just in the United States. That's really not a lot of people, not really, not for as big as this place is, an American continent. The whole thing, both parts, it's humongous, you know. So, and if you go out west, it's like when I was lost last year when I went to Montana, um, in the dark. Long story. Um, but driving, I mean, you can drive literally for hours and not see another soul. That's how much land is out there. You can get up on a mountain and never see another vehicle, but you drove there. That's freaky. You know, freaky that they would make roads through all those mountains too, like they do out there, and tunnels and all the tunnels and cities. These freakazoids took our money and have in underground cities and railways and all their stuff that they actually, and I have been in one in West Virginia and I know what they look like. I've been on them. High speed rails. It was in 1969. And then we headed up right past Woodstock, bummer, up to Buffalo, New York, and then into Canada to see Niagara Falls and Horseshoe Falls, and back across Canada, all the way around the Great Lakes, you know. And if you look at that, you have to actually portage, um, or we put our car in one of them great big ships and went across Lake Ontario, I think, or Huron, one of the two. But I got seasick. That was bad. But you got to go through the locks, and depending on what side of the system, the lake system you're on. But down through Chicago, the whole smear around Michigan, and that swinging bridge, or not swinging, but it's a suspended bridge. It's like or was the longest suspension bridge in the world, I believe. You might want to look that up. Michigan, the state of Michigan, suspended bridge. That thing was scary. It was spooky to be on. It's huge, really big. So that didn't thrill me either. And I love water. I just don't like big ships. I like my canoe. I like rubber rafting, even white water rafting. I love that. And inner tubing, swimming, snorkeling, almost everything. Just don't like big ships. I love sailing. I love small sailboats. You know, I want a waterboard. That would be fun. I tried surfing. I can snowboard. It's back there. I got, I have balance, but with the movement of the water, I just didn't practice enough. I don't live by the ocean. I don't have a wetsuit. Otherwise, it gets crazy up on Lake Superior. There's enough wave, especially like November. You could kill yourself, like the Edmonds Fitzgerald. Yeah, it gets wicked up there this time of year with the winds coming across that freshwater ocean. It's crazy. I almost died one time up on a rock. I went out too close to the ocean and it almost got me. It's a great, great big wave was coming down when I started running back up the hill. I was like, dang, I almost died there for a second. If I had stood there, God's like, hey, dingbat, you know, instincts, little kid. So yeah, he saved me so many times. That was just one. That same lake almost killed me when I jumped in it from a cliff too. My brother and I. Folks had life insurance. The water's mean 38 degrees all the time. And the ice just got off it, so it was worse than that. Good thing I am as stubborn as I am. I saved his life too by insulting him. Hey, your lips are turning purple. That was enough to piss him off, and he started swimming. Anyway, I do miss that crazy lake, though. God, it's beautiful. I love mountains too. That's what I missed about being in Montana. I missed big lakes. They have rivers, but like the Clark's Fork of the Yellowstone and um, Yellowstone Falls, and just some beautiful places that I've seen. Glacier Park's pretty. Road to the Sun up there. That's a scary road, but I still missed Lake Superior and the mountains there. Going right up by Canada, only on the Minnesota side, so I can shop in the city of Thunder Bay, Ontario. And I got invited by some blood of mine up there. I could get dual citizenship and be able to just go shopping and go back home and live on the northern part of Minnesota where nobody wants to be and be able to shop in Canada. That's my goal. So, but I'm not going to get a jabbed across the border, so these little freakazoids better straighten their shit up or I'm damning their souls to hell. That's the way it is. Who's with me there? Fuck their shit. You know, you own the water, I own the water. This air is free. They want to tax your carbon. How about people that never drive? How about people that are self sustainable and reuse everything in their life and repurpose everything? These twits can totally kick rocks. That's as nice as I can say it. Actually, they need to be in cells and then they can kick rocks. They need to be on a gang until they drop. If they don't work, they don't eat. And for everybody else, nothing is too good for you, and that's my wish for you. So we're going to make this come true. These morons, I know they're scared. I can see it in their tiny little slimy faces every time you look at some um, piece of crap, some low life, low vibing on this planet. You know they're a part of that, you know? Even if it's family, these people, it's not a matter of growing up. It's a matter if you don't care, neither do I, you know? It's that time of the season. This blood moon coming up here on the 8th, the 7th, and the 8th, depending on where you live, is going to be a real energetic, interesting time on this planet. There's good times ahead. There's a war going on. It's going to be hell, but we already know from foreseeings who wins the war, so they can play all the games they want. That's just going to make it hurt all the worse. So, the bigger they are, the harder they fall. Kabam. So I hope people are beside me with my attitude, because if you run across these um, fish bait people, that's about as good as what they could be. Um, Chop them up and throw them in the sea without a net. That's what chum is, actually. You chop them up and you throw them in for the fish and catch them in your net. Or you get the baby chum minnows for catching bigger fish. Would you be my chum? No thanks. But I'd be your buddy or your pal or your friend. I must be getting tired. I did get up early. I started doing my laundry early. I just wanted to try and change my routine in life. I do that every so often. So if you get stuck in the same, if you had a lot of bad things happen to your life, or you're injured in any way, emotionally or physically or both, like a lot of us have been, then it's easy. Makes it easier if you change up one thing in your routine every so often. It kind of gives your body a different type of like drive, better to change your routine. It really does. It like refreshes your spirit, that you don't get in the same old humdrum, like if you're used to listening to the weather or something, and then you decide, well, I'm not going to, and you do something else, that or something as small as that, or to go take a walk when you might not, or whatever, or make a video when you might not, or you know so well, I do thank you all for being here. Hope you enjoyed my ranting on this government of mine, because all the world leaders, you're lame. You need to go. And we don't need babysitters, and local government and people will find their ways like they always do. Piss off. So, and everybody else, I love you. Thank you for joining me. Please give me a thumbs up and a share. I think a lot of what I'm going to be laying down is going to be coming right from God's Spirit. So Maybe not a lot of my cussing, but you know where I'm going. All right. Peace, everybody. Talk to you soon.